That's my disclaimer. Today I release all disappointments, betrayal, broken, or hard-hearted feelings, from my mental, my physical, emotional, and spiritual body. I cannot afford to hold on to things that are not servicing my greater good. There you go, right there. Take a seat. Now y'all remember what y'all just declared. y'all keep that in the front part of your mind now. Because one thing about it is this right here. This will not be your winning season.
Come on, man.
And I know that might hurt somebody's feelings. Because everybody loves you're going to win, and you're going to come through, and this is going to be your day, and this is how you're going to make it. Everybody want the winning speech. Everybody want this is my season speech. But today I'm here to tell you that you just might not win in this season. That you just might not get that breakthrough that you want in this season. That it just might not happen the way that you want it to happen in this season.
Come on now.
Well, Coach, why are you saying like that? Because he said, do you see how far the heavens is from the earth? That's how far my thoughts are from yours. Come on. That's how far my ways are from yours. And just because you want it now doesn't mean that you are ready for it right now.
Come on. Come on.
One more time for the people in the back. Just because you want it right now does not mean that you are ready for it right now. And a lot of people want things prematurely, right? You don't have the right type of mindset. You don't have the right type of spiritual set, the right type of emotional set, or even the right physical. To maintain what it is that you're asking for. If I give it to you right now, you will fumble it. If I give it to you right now, you will give it to folk that don't deserve it. If I give it to you right now, you will misuse my blessing. You will look at my blessing like it's a curse. Because of your inability, your immaturity, and your lack of spiritual intelligence.
Come on.
This won't be your winning season.
Come on.
If you're still operating with that same mindset. If you still operating with that same mindset that you had in quarter one, if you came out of 2023 and you still battling them same thoughts, can't replace a negative thought with a positive thought, that's the easiest thing in the world to do. But if you still sitting up there saying, well, I don't know if I can do that right now, guess what? You're going to go into 2025 the same way you came into 2023.
Come on. That's
Because changing your mindset is your responsibility. It's something that somebody can't do for you. I can give you the information. I can give you the notes. I can give you all the above, but it's up to you whether or not you utilize those notes that I gave you. Whether you get into the right rooms, ask the right questions to get a full understanding. That's your responsibility. So what are you saying? You may not be responsible for your hurt, but you are responsible for your healing. You might not be responsible for the fact that you failed, but you are responsible for how long you're going to stay there.
That's right.
Yeah, see, you can fall, and you will. You can fall, and you will, but how long you sit in that fall is all up to you. Your mindset. You have to have the right type of mindset that even when I fall, I'm getting back up. Even when everybody else say I can't do it, baby, you're going to have to watch me win. Even when you say that I'm not capable, I'm going to have that I'm about to show you something type of mentality.
Well.
Because you're going to face some argumentative people. Some folk gonna come against you just because they want to see everybody win but you. You're gonna face some opposition. It's gonna be some people that's gonna want what you got, don't know what to do with it, but they just want it because it's yours.
Just 'cause you
They even want it. But they want it because it's yours.
Yeah.
Because I want to see people win, just not you.
Yeah.
I want to see people have just not you. And it's not that I have something really against you, but my real problem is I got something against me. And I can't stomach to see somebody come from the same place that I come from, have the same type of trials that I had the same brokenness that I had, went through all the same things that I had, but you utilize your time differently from me. I can't, wait a minute, you're going to make me look bad.
Come on now.
Sometimes it be that small. It ain't even that. It ain't you just worried about how you about to look. You about to make me look bad. So they will dislike you, feel a way about you just because of a look. Your mindset is going to matter. You have to have a go get it type of mindset. You have to have a I want it more than y'all don't want me to have it type of mindset. Understand that. And then the thing about it is I don't even know who the y'all is, but I know it's somebody out there that don't want me to have it, so I'm going to have it. Sometimes you got to put together. Sometimes you got to hype yourself up. I got some haters. Just so you can keep going. I don't know who hating on me, but somebody. Yeah, because you can't be winning like this and not have one hater. I look good today too, y'all see that? That's my new outfit right here. Just the pass off. Gotta hate a mad jump out looking cute. What's up?
Right.
You have to have the right mindset when you're able to sweat yourself. Love on yourself. Big up yourself. And you know what? I love me some me. Oh, you look good today. Making sure the affirmations that you're speaking over your life are affirmations that you mean within yourself.
Yes.
Not about somebody else. You could be in the mirror and tell you, oh, I look so good. But if somebody say that you don't, are you going to change that?
No. Absolutely not.
That's why you have to have the right type of mindset. Like, baby, you ain't got good taste in people, clearly. Clearly. The next thing is not going to be your winning season. It's not going to be your winning season if you're still operating out of that spirit of fear. If you're still over there afraid to go into that unfamiliar territory, if you're afraid to step out of that comfort zone, if you're afraid to try some things new, if you're afraid to let your guard down, even if you're afraid to get hurt. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but a lot of us miss our moment because we're afraid of being hurt. A lot of times we miss out on our happily ever after because we're afraid of being hurt. And what if you do me like they did? And what? Some of y'all watching somebody else with your happily ever after. Don't act like you came in here and you fine.
Okay.
But we missed our moment because we were still wrapped up in distractions and fear of life. And it sounds about right, but I'm not sure if I want to do that just yet. And guess what? That becomes extremely draining to the other person. I gotta constantly reassure you. I gotta constantly go outside my way to make sure you understand that I'm choosing you, that this is what I want. And that's not just in a friendship, that's a family ship, a relationship, whatever ship that you're on with whomever. You gotta remove that spirit of fear and get to a place where, baby, whatever gotta happen, gonna happen. What's next? What's next? That's it. Because when you have operating without that spirit of fear and you're operating with a healthy mindset, then even if you get hurt, you know how to bounce back. Come on. Even if you get hurt, you know how to bounce back. So you're no longer afraid of falling. Why? Because I know what the ground feels like. I was only afraid when I never experienced it. Now that I've experienced that, it will never have the same effect on me again. So I don't have to walk around uptight. I don't have to walk around all guarded in life. Why? Because I developed a healthy mindset, operating without fear, and I will cut you loose. Because before I had on to you, because I was afraid to be by myself.
Okay.
But now that I didn't learn how to be by myself and I'm not operating with that spirit of fear, your winning season if you're still making excuses. I would do it, but I'm thinking about it, but I might, but you're still thinking about the same idea that you've been thinking about for 5 or 6 years. You're still going back and forth over in your mind about something that you've been saying that you're going to be doing for 5 or 6 years. When is it going to stop being a thought and be reality? When is it going to come out of your head and come into real life? Because only you have that ability, right? You create twice. You create in your mind and then you create in reality. You see it here first, and once you see it, you know exactly what to go and create because you've already saw it here. But the problem is you get stuck with seeing it here. And then you start lying to yourself talking about it's oversaturated. There's too many people doing the same thing. If I go out there and do it, then ain't nobody going to support me. That's your fear talking. That's your fear talking. Showing up, talking yourself out of it before you even get started. Talking yourself out of it because you're afraid of being hurt. You're afraid of the lack of support. You're afraid of what people gonna think, what they gonna say. Half the time the folk don't even be saying it to you, they say it to other people. They don't even. You know you be wasting your friends, you be wasting your time. They didn't even tell it to me. You Sarah get mad. You mad through somebody else. How you Sarah get mad? Them folk ain't even saying nothing to you. And that's wasted time, that's wasted energy, being upset about things that didn't even come to me. And why didn't it come to me? Because it wasn't meant to come to me.
But the truth.
But the way that the enemy operates, he doesn't have the power to destroy you, so he has to trick you into destroying yourselves. And when he can't, so when he, yes, that's a fact, deception. Let me get that. Hold on a second. What happens is, if he can't get to you, if he can't deceive you, if he can't upset you and bother you, then he'll get to the people that you love the most. And so what he'll do is he'll have the conversations with them because he knows that they are going to come and talk to you. And because you love them the way that you do, that yeah, when they say it to you, now you're going to get upset instead of you shutting it down.
Up out of here.
What I just said,
Expeditious.
I don't want to deal with nothing that's not servicing me to my greater good. I don't want to hear about nothing that's not servicing my greater good. If it's not helping me reach my greater good, if it's not going to push me to my next level in life, if it's not beneficial to my relationship, my friendship, and whatever shit that I'm on, if it's not strengthening it, don't bring it to me. Oh yeah, because misery loves company. And if they can't do nothing else, they can give you a negative conversation for hours. It's not going to be your winning season.
All night long.
It's not going to be your winning season.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready for this?
Yeah. Come on.
If your lens is still foggy.
Whoa.
If your lens that was the one. That was the one. This won't be your winning season if your lens is still foggy. If you are still seeing things through your trauma, still filtering it through your trauma, still filtering it through your pain. Because you have allowed all of the stuff that you went through to become a part of who you are, your whole makeup. So now when you show up in folk life, you show up in folk life talking about this is just who I am. It's just who I am. Well, the great thing about love is that love is a choice.
Yes, it is.
Right? It's a choice. So once I see how you do love, if that's not the way that I want to do love, then I have a divine right of choice to say I don't want to do love with you. I get to see how you do friendship. And then once I see how you do friendship, oh, I don't want a part of that. If you like it, I love it, but not just for me. And that's how you have to see this thing. But we see it with smoky mirror. We see it with a smoky lens. We see it with a dirty filter because of the things that we've gone through. So what happens is we start settling in relationships and friendships and family ships and job shifts. We settle there because we don't see ourselves having anything other than that. But if you settle, you're going to suffer. So you find yourself suffering through life. In every area of your life, you suffer. And even if you get your physical man up on a regular basis, then guess what? You're so focused on your physical that your spiritual man starves.
Balance.
Gotta have a balance. So what are you saying, Coach? It's not going to be your winning season if you don't know how to clean that lens. Clean that slate. Start from scratch. Really start from scratch. Hold yourself accountable for allowing that past to be the past. That what happened has already happened. I can't unhear, undo, unfeel what's already happened. But if we're going to move forward, then we're going to have to move forward with a clean slate. And we can't move forward if you still want to revisit that. Because I'm not giving you no 100 apologies. 101 apologies and you still got your mouth poked out. At this point, what you want? What you want? This won't be your season if you can't be corrected without being offended.
Come on.
This will not be your winning season if you cannot be corrected without being offended. I don't know about you, but we're all growing and evolving together. Like I said many times before, nobody is perfect. You gotta be prepared to scar up your knees. You gotta be prepared to have a knot upside your head. You gotta be prepared to have to brush off your elbows from time to time, because if you was perfect, then you're Jill or Jesus. I say Jill because I was trying to make it marry with Jesus. But we knew it was like his sister or something. Y'all be wanting to come up. I'm trying to give us message. Spiritually messy. I'm so spiritually messy, but the fact of the matter is, you will not grow if you cannot be corrected. If can't nobody ever tell you nothing without you getting offended. Can't nobody say nothing to you without you getting in your feelings. Have you ever thought that if somebody was saying something to you over and over and over and they were still there with you, even though you had this issue, that they were giving you the opportunity to get it right? Come on. That I love you enough to say I want you to get this right. Don't ask me while I'm here. I'm here because I love you and I want you to get it right. But you stand there and say, well, why are you still here if you don't feel like it? Because you know some people ask you stuff and make you scratch your head.
Make it make sense.
Okay, let's move that. Don't you know I love you? God. At one point or another, you have to understand that you're going to make mistakes. But when you find people in your life that love you enough not to be a yes man or a yes woman in your life, to hold you accountable, to tell you, hey, look, the way that I understand what you were trying to say, but that's not how it came out. I understand what you was trying to do, but the way you went about it was a little bit questionable. So I see why they felt the way that they felt. I understand what you was trying to do with that thing, but it didn't really come off like that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
But we miss out because of just that. We don't know. We can communicate. We just can't comprehend. It's the understanding to it that be like that be putting them in a chokehold. Like, God. I done took this all the way to first grade. And it makes it difficult. But if you want a winning season, you have to have the right type of mindset. You have to make sure that you remove that spirit of fear. You have to make sure that you remove all of those excuses of why you can't get it done and buckle down and really get it done. You have to get to a place where you understand that, you know what, I cannot always walk around offended by everything. I need to start listening to some stuff so that I can actually grow through what it is that I'm dealing with. And not only that, I got to make sure that my filter is clean. I got to make sure that filter clean. The next one is this right here. This won't be your winning season or your season at all if you're still operating unbalanced.
Unbalanced.
Thank you. Some people cut it right off, and some people are still waiting on me to go there. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to do it. This won't be your winning season if you're still operating unbalanced. Everybody got notes? Everybody got their pens and whatnot?
Yeah.
All right. And then for those of you who don't have it, don't worry about it. Let me get 4 people. Y'all know I believe in a good illustration. Because you have visual learners. And as a teacher, you want to make sure that everybody catches it. Right? All right. Come here, Kai. Come on, friend. Let me get another person. Sit right there, Kai. Come on, friend. Come here, Glenn. One person on this side. Turn around this way, Kai. The illustration gonna kind of go this way because I need more room. You turn right here. I need you on this side over here. And then if you could just kind of get right there. Let me get that chair because I need her to roll. Alright, and some of y'all, if y'all got y'all ink pens, y'all might want to draw the diagram down, right? So what you're going to do is it's going to be a V, right? You're going to have a V. It should be a V shape on your paper. Starting at the top, you're going to have a first circle at the very top. That's going to be Kai, right? That's going to be Kai. That's your old self, right? That's your old self, the old broken you, the person that was, this is how I started out life. This is what I was born into because we were all born in sin. We already know this. Contrary to what everybody say, oh, it's always something good in them. Jesus said the opposite. He said we were all born in sin, shaped in iniquity. The only way that you get a clean heart is if you decide that you're going to have that heart transformation. Until you have that heart transformation, then guess what? You are still a sinner. Come on. That's what he said. That's the word. Go argue with Jesus, not me. Right? Now, going back over here. So, that's the old man. He's sitting right there, right? He broken, he tore up in life, and he trying to figure out his life as he go. Man, I'm tired of this right here. But one thing about it is, he started working out, right? So take 2 steps forward. This is his physical man. So the line that you're going to draw from Kai to this next circle that's going to be in the V is going to be this person. This person is who? This is my physical man or my new man. This is the person that I'm starting to become. I'm getting up and I'm working out. I didn't establish goals in my life. Take another step for your goals. I didn't establish goals in my life. Now I'm making all type of accomplishments. Take another step for the accomplishments. Ooh, look at you just growing. She's growing. Hold on. Because we got to make sure we do the right way. Turn around, friend. Let's see which way this thing actually goes. We can make this thing work. How they do the yarn like this, streets? I'm looking for the end piece.
Yeah, I understand.
I thought it was supposed to be. I got this one. All right. We'll find that one on this. Come on, this right here. Pull it straight up for me. Go back all the way back to where you went. There you go. See how that V is? Old self, new self, right? No old self, new self, or physical self. Okay. Because at this point, working out, right? Building up that endurance in their life. They didn't establish goals in their life. They're making accomplishments in their life. They got good strides going on over here in their life, right? And he think he happy, joy. But once he got over here to these accomplishments, lean a little bit to the, just lean. He realized, it's the reason of the leaning, that he been feeding this man while starving them. Come on. Balance. You can't pour more into your physical man and starve out your spirit.
Yeah.
Let him hold you, grab the string so you know when to go. No, you hold the thing and give him the string. The problem with this is, are y'all okay? You're good, ain't you? The problem with this is your mental and your physical will only get you so far.
Yeah.
So you can make some strides in your life. You can have some accomplishments in your life. But when you have the anointing, okay, hold on. I'm just trying to tell you that you can only get so far right here. All right? So now you done got over here, you got your physical man, but you have a tug in your spirit, right? You got a tug in your spirit because even though you have all these accomplishments, all these goals, all these things set up in your life, there's a part of you that is still like, it's something going on that just ain't right. I got all of this and I'm still not satisfied. I got all of this and I'm still not happy. I'm working out every day. My physique is all up to par. I got my goals set. I know what I'm going to be doing for the next 5 years. I done accomplished all of it. My wall is decorated. But I'm at a standstill. Because this is as far as my mental and physical can get me. Right? Well, then we go over here. Because as soon as we hit that wall, what happened? I don't care what type of religion you face, you go right spiritual when you hit that wall. All of a sudden, something got to be bigger than me. That's gonna help me. No, I'm already. When life get finished beating you like Ike Turner, you gonna numb your reggae kill. Real fast. You gonna get to believing in something real fast. Because it gotta be something more than what I'm dealing with right now. Right? It gotta be something more than what's going on. I've gotten as far as my physical and my natural thinking can get me, and I'm still not happy. I still feel empty. I still feel like it's not enough. So now you go over here, right? And now you just start praying, take a step. Fasting. Worshiping, studying on top of all of that. Oh yeah, you got it going on. Now you got that balance. But the thing about this right here, when we're dealing with God is, it ain't just I'm gonna get to where you are and I'm gonna balance it out. Right? He get over there and then he start doing stuff like what he did with Elijah and the doggone thing. Right. Because he got to be dramatic. He got to give overflow. He got to give a bunch. You know, he could have just burnt up the altar, but he burnt up the altar and everything that was on the altar and all of those prophets as well. That was just showing out at that point. We already knew that Baal wasn't real. But the fact of the matter is you get an overflow in that moment, right? So now that you got here, you're noticing in your life, oh, wait a minute, I got here, and this man right here, link up with that one. Now step back again. Now we growing. Now we evolving. Now we got all these things going on in our life. But what you here do? This is the part, this was really the it part. What we forgot is that we can be strong, enduring, and all of that. We can get our spiritual life together. But you gotta have emotional intelligence. A lot of times we fail because we are emotionally immature. So we know how to pray, we know how to fast, we know how to study, all of those things to get our spiritual man up and going and doing the job. We know how to do it over here. We've been working out in our physical man. We're studying the regular books and all of that, and we're growing to a level. But what happens when something don't happen the way we want it to happen? What happens when we run into a brick wall? What happens when 1 and 1 ain't equal to 2? Come back. When you're emotionally immature, right now, you go back to your old self. You run back to your old self. Because that's all that you know. But had you made sure that not only were you concerned, I said balance, you have to have balance. If you had everybody on board, right? Spiritually intelligent, physically intelligent, or mentally intelligent, emotionally intelligent. Right? If I was operating with all three of those things, even when something don't go my way, I'm not at a point where I'm so emotional immature that I become a liability to myself. I'm not so emotionally immature that so as soon as something happens, then I overreact and I don't just ruin myself, I ruin me and everybody else that's connected to me. They become casualties to me in my emotional state. So now I hurt your feelings because somebody hurt mine. Now I treat you poorly because somebody else treated me poorly. You ain't did nothing. You just came in and said, hey, how you doing? And I just snapped on you.
Okay.
Casualty. So what happens is we throw away all of our work because we haven't made sure that emotionally we were all intact. You have to have all of those components because without that, what'll happen is you will revert back to the old self because that's all that you know.
Yeah.
Or two, all y'all bunch up together. You'll become stuck. You'll become stifled. Right where you at.
Yeah.
Why? Because when you're confused, you won't make a move.
Yeah.
Wherever there's nowhere clarity is absence, it creates chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
Wherever clarity is absent, it creates chaos and confusion. And when you have chaos and confusion, what do? There you go. We freeze.
Yeah.
Because we don't, well, the panic is the freeze. Because we don't know what we're going to do. So we're scared to make a move because we don't know what's going to happen if we make a move. So we end up stuck in life, stuck in our thinking, stuck in everything that's around us. So, y'all good. I just need y'all. I need y'all to be able to see. So, in your notes, you should have the V. That V should have three components. That's your mental intelligence. Y'all ready? Mental intelligence is a general mental ability that involves cognitive process such as reasoning, problem solving, and learning. It also includes the ability to understand and explain the relationship between your thoughts and your actions. That's how important it is to have mental intelligence. Your thoughts and your actions are attached to it. Spiritual intelligence is the ability to access higher meaning, value, abiding purposes, and unconscious aspects of self and in aiding these meaning, values, and purposes in living richer and more creative lives. And the spiritual life, wait a minute, Coach, that was a whole life.
That was a whole lot.
Spiritual intelligence means that you're able to see things outside of the natural realm.
Okay.
That you understand that even if the doctor says no, that Jesus can still say yes. Even though you're facing a situation where they say that it won't be this, you're spiritually intelligent enough to know that that's not your final answer. Understand that. It means just what she said when she came up here, and I said that was my one, when she said we live in the world but not of the world. Right? So when everybody else is bouncing around, acting like a chicken with their head cut off trying to figure out life, you good. You're operating with a level of calmness that everybody else can't understand because of your spiritual intelligence. I know that my mistakes are not fatal. I know that I can come back from anything.
That's right.
And I know that I can come back from anything. Why? Because I'm emotionally intelligent. But Coach Todd, the Bible says you can lose a lot of stuff, but don't lose your heart. And it says, don't lose your heart because everything that you do flows from it.
That's right.
Right? Which means, if everything that I do, it flows from my heart, well, how important is the heart? The heart is the place that holds your emotion. It houses your emotions. Your emotions is what? Your feelings. So your spiritual intelligence and your emotional intelligence are twins. You need them to walk side by side. Because you don't need to be breaking down before your breakthrough happens.
Come on now.
You don't need to be giving up Because you done got in your feels. And you done got in your bag. It just don't, it's something about it. Sometimes it ain't gonna feel right. Sometimes you're not gonna understand it. But that's why he said you can't lean to your understanding. Right? He said you have to decrease so that I can increase in you. Take off your perspective and take on mine. Because when you start operating in that spiritual realm, your emotional intelligence is attached to that. You see things differently. You feel differently even about traumatic things.
Yes.
People will have a death and they will be falling out, crying, and they'll be grieving and won't want to go to work and everything else. And you'll be sitting over there saying, oh, I'm going to miss Sister So-and-so. They was a real good person. But in your mind, you've already come to grips with that. Living and dying is all part of life.
Yes. Rejoicing.
And to be absent
Rejoicing. Yeah.
from the body is to be present.
Come on.
There you go. So you have a sense of joy and a sense of peace over things that other people will be sitting and they will be sad and depressed. And they try to figure out why you still back at work. Your heart holds your emotions. That's where they sit. That's where they lie. That's why he said always make sure that you protect it. Those things, those components in your life, you need to always make sure that you're operating with a healthy balance. No matter what it is that you're doing, you have to have a healthy balance of all those components together, because it'd be one thing to be highly decorated and still thoroughly unhappy in life. You got all that bank account, plaques on the wall, can go wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do, but you're still contemplating suicide. You still trying to figure out, while I can't find my joy, I can't find my peace. But if you want to destroy anything, all you got to do is not feed it.
Not feed it. That's it.
So this won't be your winning season if you're not feeding your spiritual man. That's just a fact. You want to win, that's how you win. Right? All right, y'all. I love y'all.